tear them all to pieces. Well, we got that cleaned out, and while I was there, we didn't stay there very long. So the Americans had bombed out a submarine pit that the Germans had back under a hill. What they would do, it just looked like a kind of a mountain back there. They would go down out in the water and come up in this pit. Well, they had bombed that out, and that's the awfulest mess of steel stuck up everywhere you ever seen in your life. But anyhow, we stayed there. I can't remember the dates and how long and nothing. But I turned 16 years old there in France. And they had the supply line that went from Cherbourg to Paris. And it's a red ball highway. Nothing wasn't allowed on it but American supply vehicles, and you had to have a big red ball on it. So we went from there to Paris, walked part of the way, and we got to ride part of the way. But when we got into Paris, it was just like walking into Asheville. The Germans just split. They didn't tear it up. It wasn't blowed up. I stayed there a while, and I helped them rewire some switchboards where they pull the stuff out of the switchboard. And I can't remember how long I stayed in Paris, but I went on and caught up with the crew that I was with, and I had a big old lieutenant that played football for Washington Redskins, and I always thought that man might have realized I was young or too young or something, and he'd always give me something back, not right up on the front line. And I didn't really realize then what was going on, but I know later that that's what it was. Well, we went on up through France, went through Versailles, and on up towards Germany, and I got my hip hurt later on before they got up towards the Rhine River. This is a good bit later, but some things that happened. I got my hip hurt. We was back on the supply line, and the Germans would do anything, try to blow up those supply lines where they couldn't get supplies through the Americans. And this fighter plane came through one day, and I don't know how he got through, but he got shot down later. And I was like this fella. I went in a ditch, and I hurt my hip. But later, I didn't know when we first went through Versailles, France, that they didn't have a place then for the Navy men. There's an army hospital, a big army hospital that was there for the American soldiers that got shot up, beat up.